let's talk about the Galaxy coins. These coins that were sent to Galaxy last couple of weeks. The guys who do our on-chain sleuthing for us on Twitter, which includes Sani here at Time Chain Index, who is I think very trustworthy in this work, more trustworthy than any reporter you're going to find. Knows what he's doing. So this Bitcoin made its way to Galaxy a couple of weeks ago. It's been tracked since then. Apparently, Galaxy sold 70,000 Bitcoin out of those 80,000 from a 2011 whale. And so what's interesting here is if 70,000 Bitcoin were sold, and I've seen kind of conflicting reports. I've seen some speculation that there was some market selling happening as well as some OTC selling. Which would mean that this price action, we dropped to one high 114 overnight, absorbing tens of thousands of coins being sold over the last couple of weeks and quite a bit just last night. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I think we titled the show last week that Bitcoin is eating sell pressure. And here we are, I think is a great example of it, kind of backed up here. There's tons of sell pressure coming still. When we get, let me say it this way, when we get this big chunks of sell pressure, Bitcoin's able to eat it up without just nuking the price, which a testament to how deep liquidity has gotten for this asset, and I think is extremely healthy.
I'd love to start on this because if we just want to take like 120K at the high value, and then let's just call it 115 at where the price dropped off of these sells, that's a less than 5% drop in Bitcoin price, which for any other asset, you'd be like, oh my God, it fell 5% in value because someone was forcing a sale. In the context of Bitcoin, a less than 5% drop or increase in price is like child's play as far as price movement goes. For additional context, like when we saw the Bitcoin price drop from 32K down to 28K, that's a 12.5% drop. So like we feel it more from a purely dollar metric of like we went from 120 to 115. It feels harder, but from a purely percentage standpoint, it's like well within the band of a reasonable trading band.
Yeah. It's a slow Tuesday in Bitcoin, honestly,
exactly.
Which is insane to say.
Yeah. But this was always the meme that we were seeing pop up, like at least that I was seeing a lot during the last bull market and just the last cycle of these 4 or 5% swings. Yeah, it's a couple thousand, maybe a few $100s when the price is lower, but that's gonna look massive when we're looking at 7-figure Bitcoin. Like a 5% drop down from $1 million is $50,000. Like
that's a salary now for people. Like going back to our conversation before, it's wild.
Yeah. So again, I think the signal of this is not necessarily the dollar value of it, but the percentage value. And when we look at the percentage value, I actually think that we can still stand by what we said, that Bitcoin very easily absorbed the sale of 70,000 Bitcoin and stayed well within its trading range.
Yeah. And it seemed go ahead, Brady.
No, go ahead. I've got a couple more fun little stats around this, but let's, sorry.
So friend Kane McGuckin, who put out a good visual, was talking about how basically this 80K in Bitcoin, it was kind of just like gnawing through it and just grinding through it. And then the comment of like this maybe market sell, like accidental move that kind of nuked the price overnight breaks that a little bit. But just the liquidity of being able to satisfy that demand is pretty special, because we'll get questions from clients, and I'm sure John and Q have got this too. Hey, when I want to sell Bitcoin, I know I'm not supposed to, right? But like if I need to sell some and it goes up a lot in value, am I going to be able to get dollars out? And it's just like so funny, because sometimes people just don't really understand how big and liquid this market is. But it's like, yeah, your X amount of Bitcoin, it'll be fine. We're not going to move the market. This person, this entity, just basically market dump thousands of coins and they're fine. Also, the other crazy thing to think about is, what was the cost basis of these coins going back to 2011? And it was like the most expensive it would have been about $26. It would have been as cheap as like 67 cents. And so that's not a bad return going from maybe 50, 60K to a couple bill. Hodling isn't all bad.
So you're telling me if I hold for 14 years, I'll walk out
Guaranteed rate of return, Q.
of All right, cool. Isaiah, I'm quoting you on that.
Yeah, get that clip.
So just real quick, this is fun. The 80,000 coins are worth almost $9 billion now, today's prices. Those were acquired in 2011 for under $3.50 per Bitcoin.
Wow.
Isaiah, I
Imagine
think we should start.
buying a Bitcoin for $3.50. You could get 2 Bitcoins for the price of a coffee these days.
That's like half a coffee in New York.
Yeah.
So, Brady, you telling me that's a store of value? Is that seems to work there? Like, I like my store of value to do that. That seems good. I like that.
It's a very good. It's not just a store. It's just like an accelerator of your value.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Okay, so we've also seen some net inflows, probably some of it related to this, these 80,000 coins over the past 24 hours. And this is a metric that I used to always, the metric being coins on exchanges, I used to look at and think of as sort of a bullish thing. Supply crunch is coming. There's only 2.5 million coins on exchanges now. It was 3.25 million 3 months ago or something like that. The thing you always have to remember is coins can always be moved to the exchange. So it's not as great an indicator of available supply as you might think it is. So just wanted to throw that up here just to make that point. I did fall under that misconception at one point in my life. Corey set me straight on that one.
Past performance is not indicative of future results.
That's right. That's right. Thank you to Mara for securing the Bitcoin network, making it the most secure monetary network in the world on this planet, and also for helping to support the show. Let's see. Also check out Swan IRA. We have an IRA service. You can, your Swan Private rep can hook you up with that, or you can just self-serve into it as well. And it's a great way to grow your, retirement and your Bitcoin tax-free. Really simple setup. We also have Swan Vault, which is a collaborative multi-signature cold storage, advanced Bitcoin cold storage made simple. That's at swan.com/vault. And that's it for this week. Yeah, we'll see you all next week. And, take care. Stack those sats. Buy that dip.
Peace. Thanks, everyone.